Hi guys, I just got back from my daughter's school and had an incident there where I was feeling the need to tap. And so I've been wanting to kind of show you guys what it looks like from the self-help tool perspective. And so I thought this might be a good opportunity for me just to kind of demonstrate what that looks like and also selfishly help me. So I'm just gonna, what I kind of do first is just put a little bit of oil in my wrists. You don't have to do this, but sometimes helps me. I'm using release right now. And just kind of take a couple deep breaths. You're welcome to tap with me if you choose to tap with me. If you feel triggered or emotional at any time, I just ask that you take responsibility for your own mental health and if needed, seek out a qualified practitioner or therapist. So I'm just going to kind of tune into it and think about just what happened. Just to give you a little bit of background, I think that I can share that now. I don't let my daughter take her iPad home, and so I don't really see what's on it. But I asked her today just to show me because I was curious to see what the pictures look like down there. And I was flipping through and I saw a video of another kiddo, but it was like a home video. It was like from Christmas time, and it was like Elf on the Shelf kind of stuff, but it was just going around this kiddo's house. And it just, I don't know, I just didn't understand why there was some other person's video on my kid's iPad. And so that was triggering for me. The whole iPad situation is a little bit anxiety provoking for me in general, just because it makes me feel out of control. Just as a mom these days, there's just so much that can be seen with these kiddos that can't be seen, can't be unseen. So I'm just going to kind of tap through that incident and see what comes up. So we start with the setup. We say that 3 times, just kind of acknowledging what I'm feeling, where I'm feeling my body, and just like a positive affirmation after that. So right now, even though I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, and I actually feel kind of numb right now, just kind of tuning into what happened and seeing that video. I still deeply and completely accept myself, even though I feel it right now, and it's overwhelming. Just thinking about something popping up on my daughter's iPad that I wasn't expecting. I still deeply and completely accept myself, even though I am feeling overwhelmed and I feel numb. Just thinking about being in that classroom and random video popping up on her iPad. Thank God it was that and not something inappropriate, but it feels overwhelming to me. I feel overwhelmed. I feel numb. It's overwhelming. I feel numb in my body. I feel overwhelmed. That's just how I feel. I feel overwhelmed. So I'm going to take a deep breath. What's kind of popping up for me is fear. So that happens a lot with EFT. You're feeling one way and then it shifts to something different or a different memory pops up. And right now, just kind of fear that something else could have popped up, and for it to be at school when it's supposed to be a safe place. And I'm afraid. I'm afraid that that could happen, even though I'm feeling afraid. And I feel that in my stomach. It feels like a giant ball of fear in my stomach right now, and my throat. I still deeply and completely accept myself, even though I'm afraid that something could pop up for her at school and me not be there, and for her to see something inappropriate or whatever. I still deeply and completely accept myself, even though I'm afraid something could pop up on her iPad. I feel that fear in my stomach. I still deeply and completely accept myself. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that something could pop up on her iPad. I'm afraid. I feel that in my stomach. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that something could pop up on her iPad. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Okay. So what kind of came up for me while allowing my mind to kind of wander through that was a couple weeks ago, she was at a friend's house, and she saw something on the TV, and the parent was watching a show, and it was like a violent show, and it was graphic, and she said that she saw it and it was really making her afraid, and she wanted to leave but she couldn't, so she got stuck there, and she came home and was afraid she was going to have nightmares and wanted me to sleep with her that night because of what she saw. So just that kind of came up, that memory, because I knew that that really bothered her. She's sensitive like me, and seeing that type of violence, I think, really bothered her. So that's what I'm going to go with. So even though just thinking about that memory from a couple weeks ago when she saw something at someone else's house and it really scared her, how does that make me feel? That one makes me kind of feel anxious, and I feel it in my chest. It's like tight in my chest just thinking about that memory. I still deeply and completely accept myself, even though I feel anxious, and now I feel it in my throat too. I might feel it in my chest and my throat, just thinking about that memory of her seeing something that scared her, and me not being able to protect her. Ooh, that's a big one. Me not being able to protect her because I can't always be there. That makes me feel sad now. I still deeply and completely accept myself, even though I feel sad because I can't always protect her and I can't always be there. I feel that in my stomach. I still deeply and completely accept myself, even though I feel sad and I feel it in my stomach because I can't always be there for her and I can't always protect her. I still deeply and completely accept myself. And with this, you don't always have to say the words, and since I'm already feeling it, I'm just going to go with it. Just tapping and breathing. Go ahead and do another round just because I'm still kind of feeling it there, just to really clear it out. Okay. Okay, and what kind of just came up for me there is this is just her journey. And even though I can't protect her from everything, ultimately she's going to be okay. And I can only do what I can do as a mom. So I'm going to sit with that for a minute. Drinking water, so important. Water actually helps to regulate our nervous system. And so when I'm doing tapping with someone, I'm always having them drink water after rounds just to kind of push things through. It really, really does help. And so when you're under stress, it could be, kind of situational, like what I'm dealing with right now, or just, times of like, it's just tough. The more water you drink, the more it'll help. So just remember to drink water. Okay. Now I'm feeling a headache. I don't even know what that is, but I just feel it in my head right now, and it feels tightness in the top of my head. Nothing emotional is popping up for me. I feel pretty neutral about that event that we just talked about. Kind of thinking about that memory of her at her friend's house. I feel okay about that. So I'm just going to go with the head. Okay. So even though I feel it in my head, it's like a tightness, like a headache on the top of my head. The color blue is coming out for me. Feels kind of hot though. I still deeply and completely accept myself. And since I am kind of explaining this, the more detailed you can be and the more specific you can be, the more effective you'll be. So really tuning into what you're feeling helps to kind of just kind of move it along quicker. Even though I have this headache now, the root chakra, or not root chakra, the crown chakra, the part of my head right here, whatever, my crown, I feel that in my head right now. Yeah. I feel this headache, and I feel it in my head, my crown. I feel a little bit spacey right now. I can't quite focus, or obviously I'm fumbling my words. Feel a little spacey. I still deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel a little spacey in my crown, top of my head, I still deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel a little spacey and I feel it at the top of my head, I still deeply and completely accept myself. I feel spacey. It's just how I feel. I feel it in the top of my head. It's like a headache. Blue. It's hot. I feel spacey. I feel spacey. Head feels better. So now I've kind of jumped around a little bit. And so now I feel like I have gone through the fear. I went through some overwhelm. I'm feeling pretty grounded right now. So I'm going to check back in with what I started with. And that was seeing that video pop up on my daughter's iPad and sit with that a little bit and see if there's any charge left or if anything else is popping up. So let me just sit for a second there. That feels pretty neutral to me. So, so that's an example, a rough one of what you can use tapping for as a self-help tool. That's my demo. I feel better now. If you were tapping along, I hope that you feel better as well. And if you have any questions about the process or how tapping can help you, just let me know. And that's all. Thanks for tapping with me, or thanks for hanging out. Talk to you soon. Bye.